Hello, sports fans. I want to welcome everyone to another edition of Sportsmemo's Pro Football Forecast. I'm your host, world champion handicapper in Las Vegas' biggest daily sports bettor, Joe D'Amico. Now, sports fans, you're going to receive a ton of free winners from some of Sportsmemo's documented winning cappers, guys. Providing today's winners, Mr. Jesse Schule, Mr. Ross Benjamin, and myself. And guys, I'm very, very excited about this week's discount. During the show, you're going to see that discount. It's going right there. Now, see it? You see it? Right across the bottom of your screen. This is the best yet. It's mind-blowing. You get Jesse, Ross, and myself, all of us, for Saturday and Sunday for just $69. It's an all sports inclusive. Guys, this is over a $400 value, $69. Buy it. You follow 3 documented winning cappers for $69. And whether you play $10 or $10,000 a game, this will pay for itself within the first hour or so. And you're going to have 3 of the best in the business for 48 hours. Guys, and if you like what you hear, like and follow the Sportsmemo YouTube channel and our Twitter page. And let me try that again. Jesse was supposed to send me some Hooked on Phonics books. They didn't arrive in the mail. And our Twitter pages. Guys, like it. We want to hear from you. We want your input. And by all means, repost, comment, write us. You know, I'll get back to you every time. We're going to go right into our first guest, NFL free winners. We're going to talk to him, Mr. Jesse the Body Schule. Jesse, everybody wants to know what you have this Sunday on the NFL on the free side. And then we're going to find out what you have on the premium side right afterwards. Jesse, what you got going on, buddy?
Well, Joe, I'm looking at the Panthers hosting Washington, and both these teams are coming off big wins last week. After the Panthers win, you might have noticed the headlines that they got their old quarterback back. Cam Newton's back. I'm back. But really, forget about Cam Newton. That's not the key here. Christian McCaffrey is back. And he led the team in rushing and receiving. He ran for 95 yards on just 13 carries. He had 10 receptions for 66 yards. Betting on football is rarely simple. But let's keep this in simple terms. When Christian McCaffrey plays, the Panthers are a far better team than when he doesn't. In the games that he's played this year, they've won 4 of those 5 games. They're playing Washington. Washington's coming off a big home win over Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, and this sets them up for a letdown spot on the road in Carolina. Are we expecting Washington to be the giant slayers that beat Tom Brady last week, or are we expecting Washington to be the team that lost 4 straight prior to that? And the answer for me is the latter. I'm going to go with Carolina with a healthy Christian McCaffrey all day long.
There you go. Mr. Jesse Schule. And by the way, Jesse, I agree with you. Christian McCaffrey, and we'll ask, I'm sure Ross would agree, to me, as much or more valuable than just about any player in the league to his team. I agree with you. Now, Jesse, you're doing some great work over at Sportsmemo. Can you tell everybody out there what you got going, perhaps on the premium side this weekend, NFL, please?
Well, I'm going to focus on totals this week. As I mentioned, I'm hitting between 64 and 65% with totals in all sports over the last 6 months. You're going to have to check that. That's outstanding. 64, 65%. That's pretty amazing. So focus on the totals and player proposition bets with total yards and receiving yards, anytime touchdowns, things of those nature.
There you go. Go over to Sportsmemo right now. Go grab that discount you see scrolling across your screen. You get all 3 cappers, $69. Hold on a moment, please. Sorry, guys. Little technical difficulties. I got so excited that Russ was coming back on. I might have did something. Guys, I get so excited about what's going on this show. There was a great lineup of the early 20s called Murderers Row of the Yankees. You had Dickey, Lazzari, Garrick, and Ruth. Guys, I don't know a lineup that could ever compare to that lineup outside of the one on today's panel. We're going to go from one champion, Mr. Jesse Schule, to another. We're going to give you another free winner in NFL this Sunday, his first of 2 this program. Mr. Ross Benjamin. Ross, tell us about your free winner, please.
No problem, Joe. Thank you. The Baltimore Ravens at the Chicago Bears. The Ravens opened 6.5 in this game. Now they're down to 4.5 and 5, despite the fact that the majority of tickets and money bet has gone the way of Baltimore. That's what we call in our business reverse line movement, usually a first sign of sharp money And I believe the sharp money here is on Chicago. Now, this is definitely going to be a public side, meaning they're going to bury the Ravens here, the general public. And easy to see why. I mean, Baltimore coming off an embarrassing 22-10 loss at Miami on national television. A Miami team that was absolutely struggling. And Baltimore did not look good whatsoever. This Baltimore team, too, we're used to, when you think of Baltimore teams in the last 2 decades, pretty good offense, but awesome defenses. Back to the Ray Lewis days and beyond. This isn't the case this year. This is a very good Baltimore team, but this is not the same defensive caliber, a team that we've seen in years past with the Baltimore Ravens. You could move the ball on them. Now, having said that, Chicago is coming off a bye week. They're coming off arguably playing their best game of the year, despite the fact they lost at Pittsburgh 29-27. What could they take away from that? Well, you were down double digits in the second half, came back, took the lead, and were nipped at the wire on a field goal. Justin Fields coming off his best game as a pro, 278 yards passing. Chicago has been a tremendous home dog since 2016, especially in the parameter of +3.5 to +7. They've been like 5-1 or 6-1 in that parameter. And you're also talking about a Chicago team that in years past struggled running the ball, had difficulty with their offensive line, but lo and behold, their last 6 games, the Bears have rushed for 136 plus yards in each contest. It helps when you have a mobile quarterback like Justin Fields, but they didn't have that element before. So I like Chicago in this spot. I know I'm going to be in a minority. I'm going out on a limb, but I'm going to take the Chicago Bears plus the 5. And a wise man told me a long time ago, Joe, when you can get 5 and 5.5 on an underdog in college football or the NFL, you should probably take a hard, long look at and try to find a reason why you like that team. Well, I didn't have to take a long look, and it wasn't hard. I'm taking the Bears.
There you go, Mr. Ross Benjamin. Guys, when he speaks, listen, man, decades he's been a winner. He's been making you money for decades. He's doing some great work over at Sportsmemo. Ross, can you tell us what else you got going on perhaps on the premium side this weekend over on the website, please?
Yeah, Sunday in the NFL, I'm going to have my 10-unit game of the month on Sunday. So stay tuned for that. I'll also have 4 3-unit plays and a big day in the NFL coming off Monday's game in which I hit the under on the San Francisco and Rams game. So it's been a tough first half for me, as Joe said on our prior telecast that, he's upfront and honest. And I'm going to tell you the same thing. I'm as transparent as they come. Tough first half. Beware, sportsbooks, because Ross is coming in the second half.
Well, you made a believer out of me. I believe. Hallelujah. I believe, Ross, you're the best. And, guys, that's what we want to show you from the cappers over at Sportsmemo, the transparency. I don't win every day. Ross doesn't win every day. Jesse doesn't win every day. But we're very forthcoming about when we have a bad day. And that's what you want. Listen, anybody tells you they win 100%, wow, give me their number. Because I had never met anybody that goes 100%. But I will tell you the transparency and the honesty. And that is because we have some of the cappers with the most integrity I've ever encountered in my years as a professional in this business. But we've also got some great guys that they're in the trenches with you, guys. They're not a general in the back going, charge, guys, charge. They're a staff sergeant in the trenches with you, fighting with you. So on winning days, they're twice as happy. On losing days, they're twice as pissed. But with this crew, Jesse, Russ, and Joey D, you're going to have a lot more winning days. Now, guys, there's a game that stood out to me. Wow, I love this game. I love it. I went against this team last week, and I'm going to go against them again now. And I'm going to tell you right now, I love it. Are you ready for another winner from Joey D? We're going to talk, guys. Talk Miami, New York. These two AFC East rivals may sport very similar records, but folks, trust me, they are worlds apart. The Jets, which couldn't even score in a Nevada brothel. Sorry, guys, I couldn't help myself. But you know what? If it weren't so true, it would be even funnier. Guys, come on, guys. They score 17.9 points per game. It's a joke. If you want to hear another joke, this one is funny. 36-year-old Joe Flacco looks like he's getting the start. Is this deja vu, sports fans? Weren't we here before? This is not an ideal time for the not-so-swift-of-foot quarterback to make a comeback. The Dolphins' D has tightened up quite a bit over recent weeks. My friends, they held Tyrod Taylor and Lamar Jackson to a total of 1 touchdown. They snagged 4 interceptions, and they tallied 9 sacks. The New York defense, or lack thereof, they ranked 32nd, sports fans. Guys, I can go on and on here, but keeping it simple, it doesn't matter who's at the helm for the Jets. They don't have the personnel to compete with any opponent above the Pop Warner level, and that might be true. I'm sorry, guys. Miami has covered 9 of the last 10 meetings in this rivalry. Here are some ATS numbers for you. They're 5-17 the last 22 versus the AFC East. 2-8 the last 10 as a dog. And get this, guys, just in case you're wondering, you're questioning, Miami doesn't have a winning record. They're 0-5 the last 5 versus teams with a losing record. So they can't get you paid against winners or losers. They're crushing people. Guys, it doesn't matter who's at the helm. I talked about this last week. Richard Todd, Kenny O'Brien, Joe Namath, they could all come back. They could all be in the backfield. Guys, Browning Nagel could come back. That's a name from the past. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, this game gets ugly, ugly, ugly. Now, I do want to say, last Sunday was a great day for me. I put out 2 big NFL games. They both won. Put out a game of the month. I think it was the AFC East game of the month on Buffalo. That was a nice squeaker there. It was a nice winner for us, guys. I'm really excited. Throughout the entire season, guys, something like 27-6 on big games between college and pro football. I'm a numbers guy. I will have all my games available Thursday evening for the weekend because I want to wait for some of the lines to move just right because that's what I do. I work off of line movements. But, guys, keep following me. As a matter of fact, put me together with Jesse and Ross on this 3-capper 2-day all-sports special. You get all of our games, all sports inclusive, from the 3 of us, $69. I mean, that could come to like $5 a play. You never know. But I will tell you this. You follow 3 winners, you're going to win 3 times as much. Guys, this is the point in the show where I talk about some line movements that I got from my friends over at the Superbook at the Westgate. You know, they tell me about what lines have moved in the NFL and have they been moved by general public or sharp bettors. And by the way, guys, whether you live in Vegas or you're visiting, go over to the Superbook at the Westgate, whether you're betting games or just want a great place to watch it. It's electric. My favorite place. They wanted me to make you aware of 2 big movements. The Panthers, one of our guests on the show just talked about this game. 2.5 up to 3.5 even money, may go up a little further. The Browns 9.5 up to 11.5. The Golf News more than sharp bets on this. One more, and the combos 3.5 up to 6. I wasn't even aware of that, guys. Combo of sharp play and Steelers injuries. So you've got the Panthers, the Browns, and the Chargers all move from our good friends over at the Superbook at the Westgate. Superbook at the Westgate. Once again, Jesse, I'm waiting for those Hooked on Phonics books. Maybe they'll come for Christmas. Guys, don't go anywhere. We've got another round of free NFL winners from 3 of the best Sports Memo has to offer. As a matter of fact, 3 of the best on the planet because Sports Memo has the best collection of cappers anywhere. We're going to go right back in, Mr. Jesse Schule. I love him. You love him. He's got another NFL winner for us. Jesse, what you got on Sunday, your second free NFL winner?
Well, Joe, I did go 3-1 with my free picks on this show last week. One of those picks was on Green Bay. They didn't disappoint, but they had a tough battle against the Seahawks. They won the game, but they lost a few players in that game. Linebacker Rashawn Gary, Whitney Merciless, and of course running back Aaron Jones. And heading into this big rivalry game against Minnesota, those losses could be key. Of course, they do have a great backup running back in A.J. Dillon, but what are you going to do? Are you going to run him into the ground, give him 25, 30 carries a game, and perhaps he gets injured as well? I don't think that would be the wisest strategy. So I think they're going to have to be conservative with their carries with A.J. Dillon. So they're going to have a thin backfield. And Minnesota, I mean, they're coming off a big win. Their last 5 games, the last 5 losses, of Minnesota by an average margin of 3.5 points. So they've been right in games, even when they lose. I think this is a great spot to take the Vikings in this rivalry game as an underdog. The underdog has covered in 9 of the last 13 head-to-head meetings between these two teams. So, yeah, that's it. I'm taking Minnesota as a home dog.
There you go. Mr. Jesse the Body Schule taking Minnesota as a home dog. From one champ to another, man. I got to know his second free winner because I'm on the edge of my seat like at the end of a horror movie. I've got to know. I want to, Ross, I love him. I can hear him giggling in the green room. I love him. Guys, I've got to know what Ross Benjamin has for a second free winner. Let's bring him on. Let's find out what he's got. Ross, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, I'm honored to be on with you two guys. We're 3 of a kind. And for those of you who play poker, this is 3 of a kind that could beat any full house. So Indianapolis at Buffalo. Indy coming off a couple home wins. Yeah, and it's even the record at 5-5. They started the year 0-3. But those 2 home wins came over Jacksonville and the Jets, Joe's favorite team. The Jacksonville game last week, 23-17, didn't come close to covering, only had 295 yards of offense against Jacksonville. Now, you're going to turn around and say, well, Ross, Buffalo just lost to Jacksonville 2 weeks ago. Forget about that game. I'm going to tell you right now, go to the ticket window when we get done with this telecast, bet a futures bet on the Buffalo Bills to win the AFC, the Buffalo Bills to win the Super Bowl. That's how strong I feel right now. 6-3. They're going to finish the year strong. The only game they're going to be an underdog down the stretch will be at Tampa Bay. This is a quality football team. Why I say that? Well, right now they're the most balanced football team by far in the AFC. Number 1 in total defense, number 1 in scoring defense, number 2 in scoring offense only to the Dallas Cowboys, and number 1 in total offense. A tremendous young quarterback in Josh Allen. I think Buffalo's the play here. I know a lot of people are going to be on Indy because it's a healthy number of 7, and they've been playing good ball. They're also going to be playing with revenge from last year's playoffs when they lost to Buffalo. However, Buffalo's the play here. They win this game by 2 touchdowns at least. And the Bills, by the way, 10-3 in their last 13 against the spread as a home favorite when coming off a favorite cover. And last week, Joe had it on the show. Buffalo, as a 14-point favorite on the road, beat the Jets 45-17, easily covering as a favorite. So that qualifies here. I'm laying the 7 with the Buffalo Bills over Indianapolis. And don't forget, folks, make a futures play, even if it's a small one. You'll get a good value on them right now because they're about to get hot going down the stretch, similar to last year, and their numbers are going to continually go down.
Amazing stuff from the pioneer of the sports betting industry, Ross Benjamin. Guys, man, not only is Ross giving you a big winner for this weekend, he's giving you some for the AFC title and for the Super Bowl. You got some futures bets there. Guys, I love it. You love it. How do you not love this? Guys, there's another winner on the board that I have. Last week, I went 4-0 between college and pro football free winners here. And I want to talk about the Arizona Cardinals. My friends, it looks like Kyler Murray should make his return this week. And even if he doesn't, let's play devil's advocate. Even if he doesn't, and Colt McCoy is under center again, I doubt he'll have a repeat of last week's poor performance. Let's not forget the Arizona offensive unit, one of the most well-balanced in all of football. Lining up against the Seattle defense is a cure for any ailment, folks. Now, let's talk some turkey. I know that when it comes to scoring, I think they allowed 20.7 a game, the Seahawks. But they possess some very, very, very poor numbers against both the pass and the run. And now, with their offense struggling so badly, I think it's going to pay off for the Arizona Cardinals here. With their offense struggling so badly, their defense has become what? Overworked and tired. And in this matchup, they're going to give up points. They already give up a lot of yards to the rush and to the pass. It's going to turn into a lot of points this week. This is a team whose sole victory over the last 5 games, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Folks, coming off their worst loss, and I checked this, their worst loss since late December 2019. I double-checked it. Their worst loss since late December 2019. Expect the Cardinals to bounce back here in a big way, flex their NFC muscles, further separate themselves from the rest of the division. They are 5-1 ATS, the last 6 games played in Seattle. Seattle's one of the toughest places to go in and win and cover. They're 5-1 ATS, the last 6 in Seattle. 4-1 the last 5 following an ATS loss. 6-2 the last 8 overall. Under a field goal here is a gift. It's an early Christmas present. You don't celebrate Christmas? Happy Hanukkah. You don't celebrate Hanukkah? Happy Kwanzaa. It's a present. Take it, bank it, win it. It's a winner. Now, guys, I just realized something. Looking at this panel now, guys, please, before I run down everybody's games and have a couple special announcements, I just realized that if somebody was just perusing YouTube, they wouldn't know if this is a sports betting show or a dating show or a dating website. Look at the 3 guys you get to look at. Look at those faces. Because you always go to, if you ever been on a dating site, you just look. And they always get the best looking guys right up front. Look at this. It could be a dating battle. That's all I want to say. Now, guys, let me go run down the games real quick, and then I have a couple of great announcements for everybody. Jesse the Body Schule, NFL Sunday. The Carolina Panthers -3.5. The Minnesota Vikings +2. The Pioneer, Mr. Ross Benjamin. He's got the Bears +the 4.5. The Bills -7. Your handsome host, Joey D. He's got the Miami Dolphins -3. He's got the Arizona Cardinals -2.5. Guys, a couple big announcements. Number one, sports fans, we would love it if you followed the Sportsmemo YouTube channel. It's 100% free. You don't have to sign up for it. Just go to YouTube, subscribe, watch us, follow us. Also, follow us on Twitter page as well. Like, comment, share our posts. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like. We want to keep coming back, providing good, solid content, having a few laughs, but giving you good, solid content that's going to make you money. One more thing, guys. Well, 2 more. Every time I say one more, there's always one more. There's always one more than one more. Sports fans, the discount. You get Joe, Ross, and Jesse Saturday and Sunday, November 20th, 21st, all sports inclusive, $69, over $400 value. 3 champions, 2 days, all sports, $69. Just click on any of our pages. You're good to go. No matter which one of us you go to, you get all 3. Guys, next week, it is Thanksgiving week. We're going to be doing Ross, Jesse, special guest star. This is like having, like Farrah Fawcett show up from Charlie's Angels back in the 70s. Guys, we got a special guest star, the First Lady of Las Vegas, Dion D'Amico, who has been on the college football leaderboard all season long. She's kicking butt in multiple sports on the Sportsmemo leaderboards. She's going to be coming on. We're going to do a special show Tuesday in which each one of us give you a free winner for Thursday. 4 games, 4 free winners, guys. It is amazing. We want to give you the shirts off their back. As a matter of fact, Jesse, take your shirt off. No, anyway. No. He'll do it first. Guys, he keeps sending me those pictures. No, I'm kidding. Guys, and then we're going to have our other shows, the Sportsmemo College and Pro Football Forecasts, going off a day early. This way you can get on them early and enjoy your Thanksgiving turkey and your pumpkin pie. I want to thank Sportsmemo, your one-stop shop for all your sports betting needs, our wonderful panel of experts. Most of all, I want to thank you, our viewers. Without you, we would be here. Keep coming back. We'll keep supplying solid information and a few laughs, too. On behalf of Sportsmemo, Mr. Jesse Schule, Mr. Ross Benjamin, I'm Joe D'Amico. Good luck. Have a winning day.